Cage Minds, Micah Frankel at Borg MMA and Fitness ahead of Fightworld MMA 31. Your dessert 2 days after Thanksgiving. You get your treat of violence. Alongside of me, Daniel Vargas is going to be making his amateur MMA debut. Thank you for the time, sir. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, first fight. Been waiting for a long time.
A long time? So how long have you been thinking about MMA being a part of your life?
So I started in middle school. I was about 12, 13, and then I got into high school and started wrestling, and my mom wanted me to go to college, so I just stuck with wrestling so I could go to college to do that, but I just graduated, so I'm excited to be back, doing MMA and striking and stuff like that.
So what was that early fight experience, martial art experience? You were at a gym training?
Yeah. I trained at Undisputed MMA in San Diego for about 2 years. I just would get dropped off at like 4, and I would do probably like a kickboxing class or Muay Thai class, and then a jiu-jitsu class. I'll be there until 10, and then yeah, my mom would pick me up, and I'd go home.
Well, what was the wrestling career like?
It was good. I was a 2-time All-American in college, NAIA at Doane University. So I just graduated in May. I wrestled 5 years in college. And I was a one-time state runner-up in high school in my junior year, and then I broke my ankle my senior year, so I didn't really get to compete too much that year. But yeah, that's how my wrestling career went. So it's pretty fun time.
How did we get from collegiate wrestling? How do we get to martial arts, Borg MMA and Fitness, and returning to that early MMA training?
It's been a trip, honestly. You come back and it's been 9 years since I did any striking or any jiu-jitsu or anything like that, so it's been a transition for sure. You think with a little bit of experience in wrestling, you just come back and maul people, but it's a big transition. You gotta kind of work your way up and learn the basics all over again, so it's been fun kind of like starting learning all over again.
Was this something that you always knew you were going to do, or what made you return?
Yeah, no, I always knew I was going to do it. I only stayed wrestling and only wrestling because I only started wrestling when I was 15, and I wanted to do it in college, so I just figured it was something that I would have to dedicate more time to. But I always knew this is what I wanted to do once I finished college and once I graduated.
Is this going to be your first fight coming up at Fightworld MMA 31, or have you done any kickboxing or any smokers before?
I did one smoker when I was 13, but yeah, this is basically it. It was a draw, so I'm 0-1 in my amateur kickboxing career. But as far as MMA goes, yeah, this is my first fight.
Would you consider yourself a competitive guy?
Oh yeah, very competitive. I've been the more than competition, I just value hard work. So every wrestling team I've been on, you do a banquet at the end of the year, and every single year pretty much I've won the hardest worker. So that's pretty much what I rely on to make sure that I'm always improving, just working as hard as I can.
First fight's coming up. You're used to competition, and I know you're used to climbing up that ladder. So how do you set the first goals for MMA?
First goals, basically, I just want to do 10 amateur fights, and hopefully I go undefeated, and then we'll see what happens from there. I have my head set on kind of 10 just to get a good amount of experience before I go pro, but that's the goal basically. Just go 10-0 right now.
There's the grind. There's a lot of effort. Everything that you're talking about that you put in. What is it about this sport, the wrestling, the physical sports that you love?
I just love the grind. Honestly, I love the idea of just making another guy quit, or being the guy that's going to continue showing up to practice or keep working hard when someone else says, that's enough for me. So my idea of how I want to fight and how I wrestle too is just breaking people, so that's kind of that idea from wrestling of breaking people is kind of what I'm pulling into MMA. I'm just trying to get people tired and just making them want to quit.
Daniel Vargas, thank you for the time, sir.
Thank you.